Having a work experience in agriculture, in environmental conservation, I have already observed that I guess one of the pressing challenges of our food security is the aging Filipino farmers.
Okay, so Raina, when did Kids Who Farm start? Can you tell us how it started?
It started to February 26, 2019. And how it started with a single idea to replenish my school's garden. It was really deserted. The plants were dead already. And there was like no one who was watching over it.
I realized that even as a small child can actually propose solutions to the pressing problems of our society, and one of which is food security. So I was encouraged to create something out of the work that I do, sort of advocacy, and that's why Raina and I brainstormed about the name Kids Who Farm. I was inspired to pursue Kids Who Farm together with her because I saw that everyone has a role to play in the solution to our problems, and even as a young kid, as a 9-year-old kid can propose a solution, then I guess everyone can be a part of the bigger answer to these problems. When we started, basically we just want to, we're passionate about teaching kids about food and farming, and we organize activities based on funded by our own resources, and later on it really grew, and we have other organizations collaborating with us.
So in the 2 years since Kids Who Farm started, what are the most memorable experiences?
Eating food. Since Kids Who Farm is mainly about appreciating the value of food, well, I guess that's my favorite part of Kids Who Farm, food.
So from being like a small organization, 2 years after, we're able to really expand and create more impacts. That's the important part of it. So, and part of the impact is really like in Zamboanga, establishing localized food security solutions. Kids Who Farm's vision really is about reversing the persistent trend of aging Filipino farmers by building the expertise of young people in food and farming. So as Ryan mentioned, we should make farming fun and easy. That's the tagline. So from a mind of a kid, in order for you to inspire future farmers, it should be fun and easy. So that's why when we created our programs, it is along that kind of mindset.
So as a young person, what do you want to see in Zamboanga or maybe in the Philippines in the future?
I want to see a poverty-free future without any food shortages. I also want to see it without COVID-19. Because of COVID-19, there will be food shortages since poverty and COVID-19 are causing us problems. So now I encourage you to start your own garden.
For Zamboanga City, I guess there's a bigger opportunity to really make Zamboanga City food secure. At present, we're 40% self-sufficient in terms of vegetables. And as a city which is identified as the third largest city in the Philippines in terms of land area, it's very ironic that we're not producing enough food for the people, and we import 60% of our food as far as Baguio. So I guess the main question that we should be asking ourselves is that, are we really close to our source of food? And because of the pandemic, it really shows you the cracks, the ills of the food system that we have.
Now, as a youth, what is your message now to your fellow youth?
Well, my message for the youth is to appreciate the food that's on their plate. Because now or then or later, there might be no food that will come. Especially that we're getting food shortages lately. I encourage you to appreciate the food on your plate and enjoy it.
In the youth lies the future of food security, and I guess that's why we're here. That's, I guess, why we're doing the work that we do, because we see this as a step into that direction of molding young minds, inspiring future farmers, and hopefully build a future where, part of our building the life skill of kids, of every person, is about learning how to grow their food. And because that's, I guess, the disconnection now. We as parents, we tend to teach our kids to save food, to eat all the food on the plate, diba? Appreciate food, as mentioned by Ryan. But we never actually teach our kids about growing food, because we thought that it's the farmers' jobs, that we can always buy food in the supermarket, in the palengke. But in a future where pandemic, where climate change will be the new normal, I guess it's very important for everyone to learn how to grow their own food. So we should start teaching it to our kids.
As Tado. I'm 8 years old and from Cagayan de Oro City. 18 months ago, I had an eye surgery and my doctor told me to rest from school for months while my eye was still healing. At home, instead of feeling sad, I kept myself busy by drawing, painting, and gardening. My mom helped me with preparing the soil and pots. I planted vegetables like alokbate, okra, string beans, pechay, and eggplants, and also many more. Every day, I wake up early to talk to them and watch them grow. Then I harvested them and enjoyed eating the veggies with my mom, brother, cousins, my grandmother and great-grandmother. I thank GSK for giving me free seeds and tips how to grow my plants properly. Your support helped me cope with my injury and healing because gardening made me busy and happy. Thank you and happy gardening.
Our Almighty Father, we thank you for your compassion, for the gift of life, and for your creations.
You unfailingly listen to the petitions of your children, and together, as people of diverse religions,
spiritual expressions, and indigenous traditions of USTP community,
who invoke you by different names, humbly pray that you give us courage, wisdom, hope, and peace.
As we face this pandemic, please continue to provide us with our needs.
We humbly ask for the safety of our frontliners, that they will be equipped with medical resources
and with physical, mental, and emotional strength to withstand the challenges of the time.
may our health experts and innovators find a cure for this unpredictable disease.
And may you guide our leaders in listening and responding to the voices of the people, so that they may have the conscience to render service without counting the cost.
Help us remember that what we are fighting against are not the people around us,
but an entity we cannot easily see. We pray for guidance that we may be able to continue the academic year.
Regardless of the current situation, may you continually give our faculty and staff the vitality and grit to pursue their passion for service.
Most especially the willingness and lure to transition to the new normal of teaching and learning.
Father, we ask you to bless the community,
the administration, the faculty and staff, and the students.
Make us your beacon of hope, love, and peace, so that we become instruments of healing.
Lead us towards your path so this challenging journey will conclude in communal victory.
Amen.
Here to be, your alma mater, all in the college who we cherish high. To her we owe our training, advice best education with hands that do the minds that think we will not fail. We shall pursue defeats once days us nor discourage us, for God shall be our guiding star. We set banner to the sky, watch it wave with great serene. All the century forces love for the glory and honor of our school. We pledge our hearts and need to be loyal and true for it, and to lady alma mater, the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines.
Hello and good afternoon, ka-JSK. Welcome to the first day of the webinar on Urban Community Microfarm. And I am your chica, Dorang Clan Tita B. Portillo, your host for this afternoon. Ayan, hello to our FB Live viewers out there. And hello also from the city of Golden Friendship. Although it rained here in our city, no? I hope that you are safe wherever you are in the Philippines right now. So of course, to our FB Live viewers, are we there? Ayan, maayong hapon from Ma'am Feby May Juanico. Ayan, may hapon po Ma'am Feby. And of course, no, may hapon din also to Mr. or Miss Alibasor Siuguma. Ayan, hello, good afternoon po Ma'am and ka-JSK. And like also to greet a good afternoon to Mr. J. Bazarte Luza. Ayan, from Barangay Tablon with love. Ayan. So to our FB Live viewers out there, no, let us know if you are really there by commenting your favorite fruit or vegetable. Ayan, of course, because here in GSK, we do encourage agripreneurship or it's agriculture in general. Ayan. So, of course, no, a little overview. Some of you might be asking as to what this afternoon episode is really are or is really is. So a little overview for this afternoon's episode. So this September is the annual commemoration of National Peace Consciousness in pursuant to Proclamation number 675 of 2004. And with this, we also want to share peace by giving sustainability through agripreneurship. So later on, you will be meeting a lot of speakers who will be talking about agri-entrepreneurship. And of course, to our FB Live viewers out there who's watching, share this live, may it be to your kabarangays and to your family members. Kaya para daghan ang makatuon when it comes to agri-entrepreneurship. And of course, later on, our comments are highly encouraged. So you may also utilize our comment section later on for our open forum with our guest speakers. And ayan, no? We would like also to thank our event partners for making this event for this afternoon's event possible. To start with, we'd like also to thank USTP Center for Human Development Agropolis Science and Technology Park. We would like also to thank College of Agriculture USTP Claveria Campus. And we would like also to thank Department of Technology Communication Management USTP CDO Campus, Department of Technician Teacher Education USTP CDO Campus, Department of Teaching Languages USTP CDO Campus. And we'd like also to thank Department of Agriculture Training Institute Cagayan de Oro City. We would like also to thank City Agriculture Office Cagayan de Oro City, City Local Natural Resources Office or CLENRO, Green Mines Incorporated, JCI Cagayan Gold, and Kids Who Farm. Once again, thank you so much to our partners for making this event possible. And without further ado, and to kickstart today's event, please help me welcome the Program Manager of Equal Access International Philippines, Mr. Joel Dizon. Let's give him a virtual round of applause.
My grandparents and my parents in Ilocos Sur. Mayong hapon kaninyong tanan. I hope you are enjoying the third installment of our webinar on Urban Community Microfarm. I grew up through a farming family where my grandparents and my parents in Ilocos Sur brought us up through farming. And it is one of my joys to see the younger generations as well as the young at hearts translate this into the urban settings, especially during these times of the pandemic. More than these times, it is important that we ensure that we always have food at the table and have access to sufficient amount of safe and nutritious food so that whatever happens, we have the means and the resources in maintaining our good health, sustain our life, and be resilient. And in doing this together, we build a network of friends. We share our experiences and our produce, and we form empowered individuals contributing to a peaceful community. Equal Access International and its partners has been engaging and helping build peaceful communities and resilient individuals through our empowerment programs of tech camps, peace promotion fellowships, hackathons, radio programs, the listening, discussing, and action groups, and the Our Mindanao Messaging Hub. Through the Our Mindanao Messaging Hubs, we bring together member individuals and organizations from the academe, civil society organizations, government offices, media, and youth organizations under one platform to discuss and respond to the issues and concerns that are important in their respective regions and localities. As such, we would like to thank and congratulate the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines of Cagayan de Oro City, who are our Northern Mindanao Messaging Hub regional node host, together with the Kids Who Farm, the City Agriculture Office, and the City Local Environment and Natural Resources Office of Cagayan de Oro City, and the Junior Chamber International Global Leadership of Active Citizens, JCI Cagayan Gold. Ito po si Joel Dizon ng Equal Access International, na sumasang-ayon sa paniniwalang to be peaceful is to be resilient. Mayong hapon.
Ayan, thank you so much, Mr. Dizon, for that. A very warm welcome. More so to share stories from the community. Let's be inspired by our share for this afternoon, and it's my honor to introduce her. She is a Peace Promotion Fellow of EAIPH, and she leads Mushroom for Change. That is a Lanao base and provide social enterprise for youth populations in the community. And she also leads the Peace Harvest Project that helps Moritz or Madrasha students learn basic gardening skills. Let's give a resounding virtual round of applause to Miss Siti Asia Mai.
Assalamualaikum and magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. First and foremost, maraming salamat po for inviting us in this webinar to share our stories and our journey all throughout our project implementation. By the way, my name is Siti Asiamay, and I am a peace advocate, and most of the time I do peace advocacy through agriculture engagements, and I am the founder of the project Mushroom for Change. So today I will be sharing with you our journey and our story of change and story of resiliency. So let me just share my screen. Ayan. Okay. So there's this quote that I really like that says, invest in youth to invest in farming to invest in the future. Because we all know nga naman that farming is not just a mere job, but it is also a way of life. Which is very true kasi paano ka nga naman mabubuhay no kung hindi ka kakain. Coming from Marawi, because of the Marawi siege, many farmers lost their market for their farm products, and actually that somehow led them to become vulnerable, especially yung mga internally displaced people being deprived of their basic needs and more. So that actually inspired me and my team to create this project. So our project is called Mushroom for Change. Witnessing the sad plight of our people and the hard life they face due to poverty, because actually Lanao del Sur is the poorest province in the whole country. So with that, we came up with an idea wherein we created this revolutionary project we named Mushroom for Change. Modesty aside, this is not to boast, but I would just really like to share this one with you, especially the young ones, for them to be inspired to go out and do something that spark change by helping our underprivileged folks. Yun nga, di ba, you're never too young to change the world. So actually, our project has garnered these awards. It was awarded as the one of the best youth-led empowering project proposal in the first BARM Innovation Fair way back in 2019. Also during the Marawi Youth Innovation Challenge 2020, the Youth Innovate Summit 2020 as also one of the project pitching champ. Also during the SDG Bayanihan Summit 2020, we were also awarded as the champion on the planet category. This project also was showcased during the regional dialogue on indigenous youth social enterprise. So yes, our project Mushroom for Change, ito actually is the first youth-led na social enterprise in the province of Lanao del Sur, which aims to alleviate poverty, to protect and preserve the environment, as well as andun na yung health protection and gender inclusiveness. Our goals are to create alternative source of livelihood for farmers, women, especially yung mga out of school youth at yung mga internally displaced people from Marawi City. Also environmental and health protection. We also aim for gender inclusivity and most especially to proactive the youth na mas maging engaged sila into community development in the municipality of Bitsa and Ramayan Lanao del Sur. And our project is also actually aligned with these SDG goals. SDG goal number 1, no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. And 8, a decent work and economic growth, as well as climate action. So yeah, trash to cash in rice straw, because we actually make use of rice straw, di ba, yung dayami, which is normally considered to be waste. Basically, sinusunog lang yan ng mga farmers natin. Without knowing na pwede pala itong gamitin, pwede pala itong pagkakitaan. So what we did is binibili namin sa kanila yung rice straw nila, and that's also our way, one of our way, naging way wherein na-introduce namin sa kanila yung mushroom production. What's good in this project is actually yung availability ng resources in our community. Yung mga raw materials like yung rice straw, yun yung main, actually that's the main component na ginagamit namin na pinapatubuan ng mushrooms. Binabag namin siya, and then it turns into a fruiting bag at doon tinatanim yung mushrooms. So which is napakagandang opportunity sa farmers, sa women, at saka sa youth. Kasi it's actually considered as waste, pero pwede pala itong maka-generate ng employment opportunities, as well as it could be turned into an alternative source of livelihood. So yes, one of the benefits, maybe we should say one of the positive impacts ng project na to is, aside from nalilesen yung pollution, because every time you actually burn the rice straw, nag-i-emit yan ng harmful gas that could actually destroy our environment. So aside from yung mushroom fruiting bags na nakikreate from this waste, it could be actually turned into fertilizer, wherein pwedeng isa pa na pagkakitaan ng ating mga farmers and beneficiaries. Yes, it is gender inclusive kasi it is actually very suitable for women, especially yung mga women IDPs natin from Marawi City. Most of them tumulong talaga dito kasi it is also one way for them to cope up with their traumatic experiences during the Marawi siege. So actually maganda siya because it can be homegrown. So sa bahay lang talaga siya pwedeng patubuin. And you don't need to go outside to the farm. You don't need a lot of space. You just have to hang it for you to produce mushrooms. So another good thing is yung mga kabataan, before we implemented this project, is andun lang sila sa labas, nakatambay. So this project somehow created a venue for them to be involved and to actually help the community na kumikita pa sila. Yes, so we were very grateful and privileged to be given support from different organizations up until now. We've actually faced so many challenges in this project. Sabi nga nila, success doesn't fall from the sky. You have to work hard for it. when we started this project, actually nasa tatlo lang kami until we mastered the process, and then tinuro namin ito sa community namin. I just want to share this story since that was it was September 2, well, 2 years ago, when we started this project. Nakakatawa kasi kapag natatanda namin na every time we go to our training site at Piagapo, Lanao del Sur, meron palaging balita na may cited na ISIS group doon and binobomba sila, and buti na lang talaga hindi totoo. So we sacrifice talaga. But actually, the real challenge to us is noong nagka-pandemic lockdown tayo, because that was the time we were about to market our product and introduce our project to the community. So, ang nangyari, close lahat. So, pinamigay na lang namin yung product introduce namin because yung mga kapitbahay namin is walang maulam. So, yeah, but that's not enough to stop us. Patuloy pa rin tayong lumalaban. So, we actually we were actually trained under the Marawi Response Project of USAID and Plan International. They supported us on how can we develop more our product. So we were trained into basic food processing, and right now we have developed our products such as mushroom chicharon, mushroom garlic paste, mushroom atsara, polvoron, and also right now we are working on our mushroom palapa. So yes, good news. Maybe siguro yes, it's actually a success for us na we were about to we were able to replicate our project in Marawi City with our partner farmers, the Ikram Agriculture Incorporated. So meron tayong na-train na for about total of all in all, total of 35 mushroom growers. And we were very happy that right now they are successfully operating their mushroom farms. So yes, mushroom for change is not just about making profit, but also it is also for a cause. This project is actually in response to our province environmental problems and challenges to livelihood and poverty, because indeed there is much room for a change in mushroom. So I guess that's the end of my presentation, and maraming salamat po.
Marakela salamat. Thank you so much, Miss City. And indeed, the stories that shared by Miss City is inspiring. So watch out later on for the interview session that we'll be having, or for the coming days now, we'll be having interview with Miss City. And more so, I know that you are already excited to share this afternoon's talk and to learn more about agripreneurship. So let me introduce you to our first speaker for this afternoon. She has been in the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines since 2014, and currently she is pursuing her doctorate degree in the University for Personal and Professional Development. And she also engaged in some research endeavor and research activities in her department. She had also handled major courses for BT-led and BTV-TED programs, and one of her courses is food processing, which is also she had a national certificate for the qualification food processing NC2. And aside from teaching load, she also served as a prefect of discipline in the university CDO campus. And before she joined the university, she worked in the industry for 4 years as operations manager, and few of her duty was providing customer service and sales promotion. Her experience both in the industry and academe gave her a solid foundation to understand and relate the relationship of academe and industry in her teaching. Please help me welcome through a virtual round of applause, Ms. Joanne Grace Q. Duero.
Hello, I'm Grace Duero, a faculty member from the Department of Technical and Technology Education under the College of Science and Technology Education here in USTP CDO campus. So for today's video, we will learn how to prepare chayote mixed pickles. Pickling vegetables not only improves flavor, it also makes them more nutritious and easier to digest. During fermentation, bacteria produce vitamins as they digest vegetable matter. Pickled product is basically made of from brine solution. A brine is composed of salt, sugar, and vinegar. Our main ingredient here is chayote. Alam nyo ba na chayote provides multiple antioxidants, including vitamin C and myricetin that fights disease and promotes health. Chayote is low in calories and high in fiber, which can aid weight loss. First, let us identify the ingredients needed. 500 grams chayote, 50 grams carrots, 35 grams red bell pepper, 35 grams ginger, 50 grams onion, and 10 grams garlic. For our brine solution, we have 150 grams white granulated sugar, 250 ml cane vinegar, and 5 grams of coarse salt. We also need the following tools: a karahay or wok, wooden ladle, a sterilized jar with lid, shredder, knife, and chopping board. Alright, those are the ingredients and tools that we need. Basically, available siya sa ating local market and others can be grown in our backyard. Let's now begin our mise en place. Trivia time! Mise en place is a French culinary phrase which means putting in place or everything in its place. It refers to the setup required before cooking and is often used in professional kitchens to refer to organizing and arranging the ingredients. Now you know! For the mise en place, first, wash the chayote. Pare chayote and remove seeds. Third, shred the chayote. Soak in lime solution for 1 hour. Ang lime po ay apog in Bisaya. You can buy this inside Kugon Market. Slice the bell pepper, ginger, and carrots into julienne. So that's for our mise en place. Now we will mix our brine solution. So we need a karahay or wok. Put over flame and add our brine ingredients, which are the vinegar, sugar, and salt. Medium flame lang po yung apoy and simmer until sugar and salt are fully dissolved. Once dissolved, remove from flame. Add the shredded chayote and other ingredients. Transfer in a sterilized jar, leaving a 1/2 inch headspace. Take note, headspace is a distance between the surface of food and the underside of the lid. Leaving the specified amount of headspace in a jar is important to assure a vacuum seal. And process in a water bath for 10 minutes. After that, remove and seal at once. Place in a tray upside down. Cool down and store in room temperature. There you go! Meron na tayong chayote mixed pickles. This recipe can be eaten as side dish or as main dish. Thank you!
Thank you so much, Ma'am Dara. And now let's proceed to our second resource speaker for this afternoon. She is a graduate of USTP Bachelor of Science and Industrial Education, major in Technology and Home Economics. And she is also a holder of a National TVET Trainer's Certificate and Trainer's Methodology 1. And she is currently taking up her Master's in Technician Teacher Education. And she is also a faculty of Department of Technical and Technology Education under the College of Science and Technology Education in USTP. So without further ado, and let's give a virtual round of applause to Ms. Ana May D. Lagunero.
Hello everyone! I am Ana May Lagunero, a faculty member from the Department of Technical and Technology Education under the College of Science and Technology Education. For today's video, we will learn how to prepare a skinless longanisa. Cured meat is meat that has been preserved through aging, drying, canning, salting, brining, or smoking. The goal of curing is to slow spoilage and prevent the growth of microorganisms. Cured meat has undergone the process of curing. Curing is the addition to meat of some combination of salt, nitrite, nitrate, for the purposes of preservation, flavor, and color. A good example of meat that has been cured is our skinless longanisa. Our main ingredient is ground pork. So ground pork provides the primary protein and it plays a vital role for its nutritional side. It is composed of vitamin B6, B12, and also found abundantly in pork and are essential for blood cell formation and brain function. First, let us identify the ingredients needed. 1 kilo of ground pork, 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, 2 tablespoon garlic, 1/2 cup sugar, 1/2 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon soy sauce, optional siya. For curing, 1 teaspoon rock salt, 1/2 teaspoon curing salt, 1/8 cup cold water. And also, we will need the following tools and materials: mixing bowl, knife, disposable gloves, ice candy wrapper or cling wrap, plastic bag or plastic container. Alright, those are the ingredients that we need. Basically, available yan lahat sa ating local market.
Trivia time!
The origin of meat curing can be traced back to the 3rd century BC, when Marcus Porcius Cato recorded carefully instructions for the dry curing of hams. As early as 3000 BC in Mesopotamia, cooked meats and fish were preserved in sesame oil and dried. Salted meat and fish were part of the Sumerian diet.
Now you know!
Okay, let's continue. First, let's prepare our curing solution. In a small bowl, combine salt, pink curing salt, and water. Mix well. Once dissolved, add right away to your meat. Mix well using your hands. Next, add and combine the remaining ingredients. We have sugar, paprika, minced garlic, pepper, and soy sauce. Mix very well until tacky. Chill for 6 to 8 hours. After, wrap on a paper lane or cling wrap according to the desired size. Allow this to cure in the refrigerator for 3 days before transferring to the freezer. You may place it in a plastic container or in a clear plastic packaging. All right, there you have it. We have now our skinless longanisa. Longanisa with a delicious medley of sweet and savory flavors, served with garlic fried rice and eggs for a classic Filipino breakfast. Eating longanisa for breakfast might be very good to boost up your energy since it is also high in calories and fats. Thank you so much for watching.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Miss Lagunero. And this afternoon, we will be joined by our guests to answer your queries regarding to food processing and agripreneurship. Ayan. So if you have questions no, to our FB Live viewers, feel free to comment it in our comment section. And this is your chance, no? Or take this opportunity to ask questions, may it be regarding to food processing and agripreneurship. And ayan po, may I request once again our guest speakers, Miss Duero and Miss Lagunero, to join us this afternoon. Sige po, to join us in our live. Hello po. Hello po, Miss Lagunero. Good afternoon po. Ayan.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello po, ma'am. Good afternoon. And of course, hello po, Miss Duero. Good afternoon po. Ayan. So for our FB Live viewers, no, take this opportunity to ask our guest speakers for your queries. Ayan, kaya basin dili mo makatulog, no? Kaya wala ninyo na-ask ang questions. And siguro to just to keep the ball rolling po, kamusta po kayo, ma'am? Ikaw po, Ma'am Dero, kamusta ka po? Ayan.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon sa lahat ng mga viewers po. I'm very fine.
Ayan, thank you so much po. It's good. Ang ganda ng color ng shirt ni ma'am. Very energizing. Oo.
Favorite color yan.
Hello po. Opo. Ako ka medyo, yun po, yung cheese po yung nare-remember ko, yung mga mangoes and all. Thank you so much. So, how about po, Miss Lagunero? How are you po? Kamusta po?
Hello everyone! I'm so happy. Okay lang po, laban lang tayo.
Ayan, laban lang po talaga tayo. Ayan, no, once again, would like to encourage our FB Live viewers to comment your questions. And for the first question po, since there are a lot of businesses that are booming right now po, are currently booming right now po, why should they choose a food processing as a business po? Ayan, once again po, why should they choose food processing as a business now at this time of pandemic po? Maybe Ma'am Duero could answer first, then followed po by Miss Lagunero po.
Turning your food into a processed wine could help us, of course, lengthen the shelf life of our fruits or vegetables because alam naman natin no, na fruits and vegetables are seasonal. So, of course, we cannot cook them in one setting. So, pwede nga ato siyang i-process. Especially at this time of pandemic wherein medyo challenge tayo economically and if we are doing that one in our home, of course, secure tayo na safe yung food natin.
Thank you so much po, Ma'am Duero. So, isa na po ato ang reason, no, is ma-prolong ang shelf life. Ayan. So, how about po si Ma'am Lagunero po?
Yes, I agree with Ma'am Duero, no? With the food process, no, yung mga food processing foods natin, aside from very easy lang siya, and then you can make it in your own home, no? Sa inyong comfort of your own home, no? Kay pandemic man ta karon and with just like for example, no, in making your longanisa, no, as easy as all the ingredients available yan sa kitchen ninyo. So, easy ra gid kaayo siya buhaton, no? And you may use this no as sideline, no? Pwede gihapon siya.
Ayan, thank you so much po, ma'am. So ayan 'no, nakatabang pa ka kay Mother Earth, sustainable pa jud, ayan. So unsa pa ba yung gilatan? Ayan, food processing na, ayan. So we also have a question po for our from our one of our FB Live viewers po 'no. Hi, Ma'am Jo. This is from Ma'am Angel po. Hi, Ma'am Jo and Ma'am May. Salamat sa inyong pag-share about sa chayote na ay vegetable na pwede i-replace po or naa pa po ba'y lain nga vegetables or meat nga pwede nato mahimo as alternative po atong mga main ingredients po nga inyong gihatag. So, siguro let's start po with Mandrero, then to be followed po by Miss Lagonero po.
All right. So aside from chayote, we can also pickle cucumbers, um, bell peppers, unsa pa? Papaya. So there are a lot of alternatives, no, vegetables, fruits nga pwede natong i-preserve. And then aside from pickling, we can also preserve it through sugar concentration. Siguro familiar sa atin yung mga mango jam, pineapple jam. Yan, pwede po natin yun siya i-preserve aside from pickling po.
Ayan, thank you so much po, ma'am. Yes po, Miss Lagunero.
Aside from yung pork na ginamit natin, pwede naman din siya, chicken. Oo, pwede mo rin i-preserve yung vegetables kung gusto nyo. Okay, so applicable naman siya kahit anong klaseng meat and vegetable.
Ayan. Thank you so much po for answering our second question. No? So marami po talaga tayong alternatives na pwede pong piliin when it comes to choosing our ingredients po. Ayan. Kasi masyadong wide yung market din natin sa Philippines po. Ayan. So we also have a question po from Ms. Richie Grace Maandig. Can we use plastic container po ba for pickled coyote? Sayote po. I think this is a question po intended for Ms. Duero.
I encourage everyone to use bottle container because for pickled product po kasi we are using vinegar, and in due time there is a certain reaction with the vinegar and to the container, so I suggest bottle for safety. And then we will to prolong its shelf life, we will have it in a water bath, so mas resistant sa heat yung bottle compared to the plastic one.
Ayan. Thank you so much po, Mondrero. So, ayan, no? We do highly encourage sustainable containers din by using, yun nga po, jars o breakable jars. Ayan. So, we also have, I think, ayan. So, for our FB Live viewers now, keep your comments coming or keep your questions or queries coming. And as for me, siguro po, ma'am, since I'm also an there you go. We also have a question po by Mr. Jose Marie Villegas Mercado. Hello po, Ma'am Joanne and Ma'am May. Thank you for sharing. How long is the shelf life po ba of the processed food that you have presented po?
For chayote mixed pickles, it is safe to consume 1 to 3 months po inside the fridge. 1 to 3 months.
1 to 3
inside the
months.
fridge po yan.
How about po if natural temperature lang po?
For room temperature, for safety, no, you can have it a month. And then of course, before consuming it, you need to check its mga sign of spoilage.
Alright. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Duero. How about po si Miss Lagunero po?
Yes, for the shelf life no sa ating skinless longganisa, for ordinary sealing using a polyethylene bag, no, yung may kapal na 50 ml yung thickness niya, umaabot niya ng 10 months inside the freezer, no? If vacuum sealed naman siya, no, using a much thicker pa na nylon bags, no, umaabot yan hanggang 15 months inside the freezer.
Okay po. So now you know mga ka-GSK, no? masyado, this is really practical, no? Or food processing is indeed practical. Ayan. So, naapoy gi-ask din po si Ma'am Angel. Ma'am, pwede sukang tuba ang gamiton daw po. I think this is po for the processing, sa pickled po yata, ma'am.
Um, Actually, I'm not really so sure kung pwede ang sukang tuba because you need to check the acidity, yung percentage ng acidity niya, dapat at least 5%, Ma'am Ange. So, kung ma-check na to yung acidity ng sukang tuba, and then if it mo exceed siya sa 5%, then we can use that one.
Noted po, ma'am. And thank you so much din po, Ma'am Angel, for asking this question din po. And then, nalang po gyapon ko question, ma'am. Since food handling is really a delicate process and at the same time, it really requires a lot of safety procedures, what are the things po ba that they must remember when handling processed food, most especially in this time of pandemic po? Since they will be doing it on their homes po or in the comfort of their homes, what must they remember po before handling food po? So let's start po with Ma'am Dwera, then to be followed din po by Miss Lagunero po.
All right. So in preparing processed food, always take note the food safety. Always yan. So very basic, no? Start with working in a clean environment. Now prepare your ingredients, wash them thoroughly. May tip po ako how to wash your fruits and vegetables, no, before proceeding, before processing them. So soak them in water with salt, mga around a minute or two. Then after that one, to make sure nga ma-remove yung mga blemish. Tapos after that one, always use with clean utensils and mga tools, no, na kailangan nating gamitin. Dapat secure, dapat assure tayo na say clean sila. Yun po. And then of course, personal get up, dapat malinis din po tayo kasi dyan po nag-start yung food safety, no. We need to make sure na clean yung surroundings natin, especially the container. Dapat dapat sterilize siya before natin lagyan ng processed food.
Ayan. Yes po. We also have a question po. Do you have something to add po din po, Miss Lagunero?
Well, nasabi na lahat ni Ma'am Joanne, no? Yung i-add ko lang is that make sure na yung meat na gagamitin mo is fresh siya, and so with the vegetable na gagamitin mo. And of course, no, dapat in good quality din yung ating meat na gagamitin, especially the giniling, no? Dapat maganda yung klase ng meat.
Ayan. So, always choose fresh, mga ka-GSK. And of course, wash your hands. Ayan. Wash your hands properly, no? Especially when you're handling food. Ayan. So, we also have a question po from Ma'am Grace Olivera Ligtas. Good afternoon po, Ma'am Joanne and Ma'am Ann. Ano nga yun po? Ayan. So, mag-start po ba yung market, mag-start ba og market ani need po ba og dakong capital or malaking capital po?
For my chayote mixed pickles, I spend around 200 to 250. Nakakabuo na po tayo ng 3 bottle na 12 ounce po. So it don't really need big capital for you to start. Siguro sa 500 pesos nimong starting, dako-dako na ka og mahimo ana, no, makahina siguro ka, maka-yield na ka ana og mga 5 bottles. Tapos kung i-costing pa gyud nimo, that's lesser pa gyud siya, lesser amount, because in 1 kilo na chayote, siguro sa yung nagamit mo na ginger is less than 10 pesos or 5 pesos. Ganun lang. Maliit lang siya talaga.
And thank you so much po, Ma'am Duero. Yes po, Miss Lagunero.
Yes, as of sa skinless longganisa naman, hindi naman gaanong malaki yung nagastos, no? As 300 to 400, you can make your own skinless longganisa. So, 1 kilo siya. So, 20 grams yung ano niya, yung sukat kada isa. So, makakagawa ka ng 50 pieces in 1 kilo of skinless longganisa. So very affordable siya and very easy to make.
Ayan. So, it's really affordable, no? So, wala na po talagang reason na hindi ka po mag-start ng food processing business niyo po. Ayan. So, thank you so much po for answering our questions. And lastly po is, what are your tips po ba for our aspiring micro-entrepreneurs po who are watching live? And where could they reach you po ba? Let's start po with Ma'am Vera to be followed po by Miss Laguna.
Start your food processing business now na. No, aside from it's very practical to start kasi you don't need a big capital. You can do it in your respective homes, and then all the ingredients are available in our market. Plus, aside from that, you can grow your own vegetables in your backyard. That's very good deal to start a business with food processing. Tapos, hindi siya agad-agad na spoil, no? So, you can have it mas mahabang panahon, no? Para ibenta yung processed food mo. You have enough time para mabenta siya. Yun po.
Ayan. Thank you so much po, Mandrero. How about po ang Miss Lagunero?
Yes, okay. So, alam naman natin, no, very common talaga as classic Filipino breakfast yung longganisa. So, if you want to make your own skinless longganisa, no, ang tip ko lang na maibibigay is that make sure, no, that you are getting a quality giniling, okay? And dapat mataas yung fat content niya kasi yan yung sikreto daw. Okay? And then, kasi yan yung nagpapasarap sa ating longganisa. And then make sure then when you're preparing it, no, dapat shield siya. Number 1, kasi dapat para hindi kumalat yung bacteria. And number 2, kaya para hindi siya nabubuhaghag, no, hindi siya maghihiwalay. Kasi in my recipe, no, hindi tayo gumamit ng extra binder, no, aside from salt. Okay? That's it.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Ma'am Lagunero. And for our last question po, I think this is intended din po for Miss Lagunero. Is there a ratio for meat and fat for ground meat of longganisa po?
By the way, in my recipe, I use 30% of fat. Pero just like dun sa longganisa de Cebu, kasi yan yung very popular, gumagamit daw sila ng 50% fat. Kaya daw masarap yung nila longganisa nila. So in my case, I use 30% of fat, no, para mas malinamnam at mas masarap yung ating skinless longganisa.
Ayan. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Lagunero and Ma'am Drer for answering your questions. And for our FB Live viewers, though, you might have some queries, no? Feel free to chat our comments. Use our chat box sa JSK, no? So, ayun, follow na din JSK. So, ayan, no? So, feel free to ask your queries na hindi nyo na-ask here in our FB Live. So, once again po, thank you so much po for answering our queries. And allow me po to award our certificate and read also the certificate of recognition. Thank you so much po, ma'am. Ayan. Certificate of recognition is presented to Ms. Joanne Grace Q. Duero for sharing her knowledge and expertise as resource speaker for the topic of value adding of agricultural products through food processing during the webinar series on Urban Community Microfarm conducted by the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines and Kitsu Farm on September 8, 2021 via Facebook Live. Given this 8th day of September 2021, signed Mr. Clint Django G. Pacana, the Agropolis Technopark Development in charge of USDP, and signed also by Mr. Paul Douglas S. Kalinin, the acting City Agriculturist, Cagayan de Oro. It's also signed by Mr. Monir Hinay, the co-founder of Kids Who Farm, and Miss Angeli S. Ascuna Colliera, the head for the Center for Human Development USDP. And same citation is also awarded to Miss Ana May D. Lagunero. Thank you so much po, Miss Lagunero and Miss Odrero for gracing us this afternoon. And thank you so much po, ma'am.
You're
Ayan,
so
and let's meet each
welcome. Thank
other.
you so
Yes
much for
po.
inviting us.
The succeeding episodes. Thank you so much po. And ayan, mga ka-JSK, no, we do hope that you have learned a lot for this afternoon's session. And tomorrow also, no, we'll be meeting once again for the day 2 of our webinar on Urban Community Microfarm. So same time and same platform. And also, no, don't forget our attendance for this day. So answer it. It's on the pinned section in the comment section. Ayan, it's already pinned in our comment section. And of course, no, please do answer our evaluation form, which will be distributed tomorrow for you to get your certificate of participation. And watch also our interview with Miss City on the following days. And we would like also to thank our event partners, starting with USTP Center for Human Development, Agropolis Science and Technology Park. We also have the College of Agriculture, USTP Claveria Campus, the Department of Technology Communication Management, USTP CDO Campus, the Department of Technical and Technology Education, USTP CDO Campus, the Department of Teaching Languages, USTP CDO Campus, and we'd like also to thank Department of Agriculture Training Institute, Cagayan de Oro City, and the City Agriculture Office, Cagayan de Oro City, City Local Natural Resources Office, or CLENRO, Green Mines Incorporated, JCI Cagayan Gold, and Kids Who Farm. Once again, thank you so much mga ka-JSK. And once again, this is your Chica Dora Plantita V. Portillo. And thank you so much and keep safe always.